This video introduces how to set up a command line Zephyr development environment. It also demonstrates how to build and flash a demo sample application onto Renesas RA board. This guide follows the official Zephyr Getting Started Guide version 4.1.0. You can access it through the link provided in the video description. Please note that this guide uses the Windows operating system as a common user example. For other operating systems, such as Ubuntu or Mac OS, please refer to the official guide on the website. The PowerShell command prompt will be used to run command line operations during the instruction. We recommend the following system requirements for installing and using Zephyr OS on a Windows PC. In the first section, we will explain how to install the dependencies for setting up the Zephyr environment. This process will set up all the essential tools, libraries, and software needed to build and run Zephyr-based applications on Windows. First, we will install Chocolatey, a package manager for Windows. Then, we will use it to install Zephyr's dependencies. For detailed instructions, visit the Chocolatey website through the link in the description. Now, let's walk through the installation process. First, open the PowerShell window and make sure to run it as an administrator. Then, set the execution policy to allow only scripts signed by a trusted publisher using the command in the blue box. When prompted, type Y and press Enter to confirm. Now, run the following command to install Chocolatey. You can find this command line on the Chocolatey website. Finally, to install the required Zephyr dependencies, use the commands in the blue box. In the second section, we will explain how to set up the Zephyr virtual environment. This process includes creating a new virtual environment, activating it, and installing West, the meta tool used to manage Zephyr projects. First, open PowerShell as a regular user. Navigate to the directory where you want to store your Zephyr project. In this demonstration, we will choose the Zephyr folder. Next, create and activate the virtual environment using these commands. Once activated, a virtual environment prefix appears, indicating the environment is active. Remember to activate the virtual environment each time you work with Zephyr, as it is needed to run West commands. Finally, run this command to install West. In the third section, we will explain the steps to get the Zephyr source code from the official repository. This codebase includes the kernel, drivers, architecture-specific code, board configurations, subsystems, build system, and sample applications. We will go through the steps: retrieving the Zephyr source code, exporting the CMake package, and installing the required Python dependencies. First, ensure that you are in the directory where you chose to store your Zephyr project from the previous step. Next, initialize a new West workspace using this command. Once done, a green message will appear, guiding you to the next step. Before proceeding, we will use the latest stable release of Zephyr OS version 4.1.0 for this demonstration. To do this, navigate to the Zephyr source code folder and switch to the stable branch using the following commands. You can find the latest Zephyr release through the link in the video description. Now, navigate to Zephyr project folder, then run West update to download all required modules. Please note that Zephyr project is the West workspace folder. This is important for later steps. Finally, export the Zephyr CMake package and install additional Python dependencies with the following commands. In the fourth section, we will install the Zephyr SDK. This includes all the toolchains, compilers, and tools needed to develop applications for Zephyr OS across multiple architectures. First, navigate to the West workspace folder named Zephyr Project. Next, move into the Zephyr source code folder inside the workspace. Now, install the Zephyr SDK at a custom location. For this demonstration, we will install it at Zephyr using this command. Finally, we will show you how to compile the Hello World sample and flash it onto a Renesas MCU or MPU. For this demonstration, we will be using the EKRA6M3 evaluation kit. In this section, we will cover the necessary steps for a successful build and deployment, from hardware setup to final verification with a demo to ensure proper functionality. For more details on Renesas MCU or MPU support with Zephyr, check out the GitHub wiki link in the video description. You can also visit the official EKRA6M3 evaluation kit page using the link provided here. For hardware setup details, please refer to the EKRA6M3 hardware connection section on the wiki page. Next, insert the PMOD USB UART into the upper row of the J25 PMOD 2 connector, then connect its USB port to your Windows PC. After that, connect the microB USB debug port, J10, on the EKRA6M3 board to your Windows PC. For the software setup, we will use TerraTerm to communicate with the board over serial connection. Before establishing serial communication, we need to identify the COM port assigned to the board. Open Windows Device Manager and expand ports. Then, locate USB serial port and note the assigned COM port number for later use. Next, open TerraTerm. When the new connection window appears, select Serial and choose the COM port noted earlier. Click OK to establish the connection. Once connected, go to Setup and select Serial port. Then, configure the speed or baud rate as shown, leaving the other settings as default. Finally, click New Setting to save the configuration. We will now demonstrate how to build the Hello World sample for the EKRA6M3 board. First, open PowerShell as a regular user and navigate to the parent directory of your West workspace. In our case, it is Zephyr. Please note that the path to your West workspace may vary. Next, activate the virtual environment with this command. Once activated, navigate to the Zephyr source code folder and run the build command. Finally, flash the sample onto the board using this command. After flashing the board, you will see the Hello World message displayed in the serial terminal. This confirms that the build and deployment were successful.